Hello, Grandma.
Hi, Joe.
How are you?
I'm good.
So we're talking about your art and life.
Uh-huh.
You started as a crafts person?
I did. I like to do all sorts of crafts, and when I had time I would knit, crochet, make things.
And then it switched to fine art.
Right.
Around 50
I kept
years
looking at
ago.
I kept looking at a picture and thinking, I could do that. I think I could do that. I'd like somebody to show me. So a lady offered to babysit for me, and I started taking art lessons. And I took them now for, what, about 50 years. Uh-huh.
And you're somewhat a collector of art.
Yeah,
also.
yeah, I do collect some art mostly from people who live right around where I live, that I find that they're good artists.
And I know we've had conversations where you see on the news events and stuff down in New York City, and when I was in Boston, there was a show you saw on the news that I went to.
Yeah, I like to follow everything I can when I see something on TV. I just find it very interesting.
What do you think used to motivate you to do artwork?
Just the fact that I wanted to learn it. I just knew that I wanted to learn more about color and producing it on paper.
And you've saved some of your work from the... Would that have been the 60s when you...
Yeah.
And you still have some?
I always thought I would like to try my hand at ceramics too, but I've never had the chance.
When did you think that, I was getting into the arts?
When did I think you were? I was surprised that you were. I didn't know that you were interested in the arts till you started taking it in college.
Okay. Well, thank you. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Joe.
So, I have a coil pot that I remember making at SUNY Brockport when I was how old?
About 7.
And I kind of remember going in and out of the arts throughout grade school, and then in high school I was in the National Art Honor Society. Was there ever a time that you thought I would choose art as a career?
There was a time when I had hoped you would, that you weren't interested in it at the time, but it was your freshman year of college, and you were doing all those paintings with dots.
Oh, the pointillism. I forgot all about those. And then, how have you felt about my collegiate artistic experiences?
I think it's been excellent. I think you've really learned and grown from it.
Do you feel confident with me being able to get into the workforce after graduate school with art?
Yes, I do. Very much so.
What are some of the pieces of art that I've given you that you enjoy?
I enjoy your pottery bowls that you've given. I'm going to enjoy this year's Christmas present that I know you're going to give me, because your grandmother and I have already put in our requests. I think those are very unique.
Okay. Alright, well that's good, thank you. Hi, Dad.
Hello, Joe.
So, when did you start to see that I was going to be an artist in life?
I would say in high school, some of the things you were doing, not necessarily in school, but at home.
What are your feelings about me switching from art education to fine art sculpture?
As long as you're happy with it and comfortable with that change and think you can do something with that in your future, more power to you.
You've also visited an iron pour and saw how the metal casting process is going. Have you ever been nervous about some of those aspects of art that can be dangerous?
Well, obviously the molten metals that come out of the furnace, have to be very careful with. I never realized the potential danger in some of the things in art.
So, okay, well, I think all the other questions I've pretty much covered talking to Mom and Grandma.
Okay.
I guess we could just state that you're an English teacher and deal with a different aspect of art, with literature, which I think used to inspire me before I got into fine art.
That's good.
Did poetry and stuff, so. Alright, thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Joe.
So you are, what?
I'm a detail engineer for an exhibit house.
And you are an RIT alumni,
Yes, I am.
and your job involves CAD work.
Lots of CAD work.
Could you explain that a little bit, or?
I get a design, conceptual design from the designers, and I pretty much have to make it work. We sell the design to the client, and then I start figuring out, can it be built? How are we going to build it? What are we going to build it from? And just start doing the drawings for the construction documents.
You've also traveled internationally to do your work too?
Yeah, I've been responsible on 2 international shows for all the services, including electrical, network, plumbing, drains, airlines, structure. I went to England for a show called IPEX, International Printing Expo, and to Germany for Photokina, a consumer-based product show.
What do you think is the easiest and hardest things for your job?
Hardest thing is keeping the lines of communication open between every department, not just mine and design, but back to the PMs, to sales, to the production end. You know, if anyone misses a beat, the project can start spiraling backwards quickly. The easiest part, I would say, is communicating with the tradesmen. I think part of that is from my background. You know, I can sit down with the guys in the wood shop and we can just bang out design or construction ideas very quickly because we have my common knowledge of it. It's very helpful.
And we've had this conversation before that even though your work is very technologically based, you feel that it is still quite artistic?
To an extent, for me, the artistic part is, picking materials. Like the designers might spec, they want something built out of a certain material, but physically, structurally, it can't happen. So then I get to get very creative in how I can keep the image and look they want, but substitute in different materials to make that happen.
That's cool. And do you think this is a profession that will be around for a while, or will computers take over? Will your job be necessary for years to come?
Yeah, I mean, there's virtual trade show now. It's all computer based. I know Sony years ago did a big thing right after PS2 came out, where you went to the show, and if you were a potential buyer, like a Walmart, a Best Buy, something like that, they would send you back with a CD of the latest and greatest of the PS2. Trade shows, though, will always have to be around. People will cut back, people will change how they do their shows, but consumers always want to feel and touch the actual product, so for that, they'll always be there.
Okay. Well, thank you.
No problem.